Okay, so we're going to actually go ahead and take a look at two videos today, and essentially they're going to be about how the government is, let's just say, poisoning us, okay? How they're making sure to bioengineer our food, how they're making sure to make it so that our food does not have the nutritional value of the past, okay? And they're also making it so that, you could just rely on Big Pharma when you have asthma, when you have all these allergies, when you may have like a busted spleen or something. Just rely on us because we could go and help you, even though we're the ones causing it also with some of this food that we're, distributing. But we're here for you. We scare because we care. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually take a look at this particular video. And this one is going to be from overseas. And this one is actually going to be talking more so about a Danish farmer. Let's get into it.
In Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, they are forcing our farmers to put chemicals into the food of the cows so they will fart less and burp less. Reduce the CO2. Here we have a Danish farmer that was using this chemical and his cows started getting sick. And one of his cows actually died as well. So imagine what this does to the milk and the steaks, the most nutritious food we have. Listen to this.
Jeg har haft to tilfælde, siden vi startede, som det fik rigtig stor mavekrampe. Vi har haft dyrlyd søndag aften og behandlet den ko, men den ko kunne vi desværre ikke redde. Hun døde næste dag.
So he's saying that his cow died after using this government-approved chemical. There's so many ways they're already poisoning us, but this is the last straw. We're talking about the steak. We're talking about the cow. This is the holy grail of nutrition, okay, guys? We cannot let this happen. In Norway, we almost have 40,000 people who signed a petition against Bovaer, but we're still not enough people. We need more Norwegians to wake up, or else I'm just going to start my own farm and raise my own cattle and just become a cowboy, okay?
That's what it seems like it's having to be more so with, you having your own stuff, you growing your own stuff, you catching your own stuff. Or if you know someone who's more of like a smaller farmer, you go and support them. The term organic does not mean what it's supposed to mean because they'll grow the organic food right next to the food that's loaded with everything else. That's everything that says it's not organic. They'll just grow it right next to each other. Well, the pesticides are still there. And I remember, because I major in community health, and I remember I had a question because we were talking about the organic, and I'm like, well, if they're next to each other, how is it organic? So the soil just says, nope, there's an invisible line right here. We do not pass it. I guess I should go like this. There's an invisible line right here. We do not pass it. That's not how that works. If you put it on there, you put it on there. The organic is just a label at the end of the day to make it seem like it's, whatever, but it really isn't. The thing is, a lot of people are not able to just go to a farmer's market. And we also know, no shade, sorry, farmers markets cost a little bit too much money too. All right. And we know like your average person ain't got the money to be spending all the extra money going over there. And also farmers markets aren't like in the most convenient areas. You know what I mean? Like we have one that, where is this one? This one was, they said this one was a good one, but this one's like 25 minutes away. So it was like, okay, that's some distance, and you have some people who theirs is further than that. You may have some that are closer, but again, the prices. But that's the thing. You're just seeing it globally, domestically as well, where they're wanting to put in so many chemicals into the food. And let's keep it real. When you get a package of steak, it says steak. Okay, we added this chemical, the grass, the animal was fed with this. Now you may have some that say like grass fed or Wagyu beef or something, but I don't know, even those I'm a little skeptical of, because it's like, I'm not saying like, okay, the Wagyu beef is all terrible, but what I'm saying is it's like, can I trust that this is what's actually going on? And that's the thing. It's like so many different items of food. It's always, we're going to go and add this. We're going to add this. Oh, well, let's make this last longer. Oh, well, let's go and add this. Oh, we don't want any methane gas. Let's go and inject it. Oh, they died. Oh, Man, that's crazy. Okay, well, let's do this. You know, I mean, look, you could even look at like Coca-Cola, for example. Coca-Cola is getting rust off a screw. And you're drinking this, putting it in your body. What do you think it's doing on the inside? If it can get rust off a screw, go and have a cup of water, throw a rusty nail in there, and let's see how long it takes for that rust to come off. But you go and put some Coca-Cola on there, and then you're drinking that Coca-Cola. Chat. Let's look at another video.
I consider myself to be one of those people that have a fucking advantage in this world. I have a pretty high IQ. I kind of remember everything, like pretty much every day and stuff. Visually, hearing, I don't forget it. The other night, some kid goes, "Hey, what's your thoughts on that? Pretty good price inside of this grocery store." And I said, "Do you want to learn?" And he was an intriguing young college kid. And he was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I go, "How much time do you have?" I was in there shopping an order. The kid was like, "I got a few minutes." And I go, "Do you want a few minutes or you want a whole tour of the store?" He goes, "I want the whole tour." I spent the last 6 years studying every single fucking product that goes onto our bodies. I can tell you how many lawsuits, everything else. I am fucking crazy when it comes to this shit anymore. There's a reason why I buy my own fucking cows and my own fucking shit. And I don't know, you see this outfit? You like it? Good. I've been wearing it every single day for probably the last week. There's a reason why, I don't change clothes. I wash my shit, my stuff. I no longer fucking stink at all. You understand? Once you get the chemicals and all the fucking shit out of your bodies, you don't smell. I mean, don't get me wrong, after about 7 days, it's gonna pamper up a little bit, but I'm not lying. Because I tested things. I drained myself out of all the fucking bullshit. I consider myself pretty fucking healthy for once in my life. And that kid looked at me like this. I go, "You think I'm fucking lying to you? Look up anything that I just said to him. Any lawsuits, what it's banned in, what's this, what's that." I went through and listed every single fucking chemical, by product by product. That kid was just sitting there like this. By the end of it, I go, "Have fun shopping." And I do this for a living. I actually sometimes even message people and be like, I don't mind grabbing this for you, but I think you need to look somewhere else. I feel like that's my purpose in life now, is trying to educate people on what's going in and out of their bodies. Because as a former healthcare professional, somebody that was at the top of the top, I'm telling you that right now, the numbers, pretty smart, man. They're not in our favor in any fucking category you want to look at, but that's all by design. And there's nobody that's going to come to your rescue. You understand? Your kid gets sick and blah, blah, blah. That's by design, motherfuckers. Kids now are getting ass cancer in their 20s. How long are we going to be fucking dumb? How long are we going to be fucking dumb before we get wise enough to fucking start fucking figuring this shit out? Between the medicine, the food, and the water, that is your big primary sources why everybody's sick. And you go fuck yourselves if you think otherwise. It's time to get out of your 6 fucking blocks and do some investigation. And if you don't fucking exercise and you sit on your fat fucking ass all day, because trust me, I was the same person, 3 fucking plus bills of drunk and alcohol, and you fucking name it, everything in between. So I don't want to hear your fucking excuses. Go fuck yourself. Do something about it. Get off your ass and learn.
Hi, so I am breaking this up real quick. I actually just have some quick little promos, okay? So this one right here, definitely check it out. This is New York Giant and Exile. This is for all football, everything, okay? New York Giant, all that. And then this one right here, Walk and Drive with Alex. This is just walking and driving videos that I'll be doing, just various different areas. Also, I do have an eBay store, okay? So if you want to go and help your girl out, all of these links will be down below. Now, let's get back into it. That was a bit aggressive at the end. But he did make some valid points, and that's why I'm showing this video. It's just the fact that really in every aspect of our diet, it's something bad. Heck, even this straw right here that we have, what's in the juice? I try, I'm doing my thing little by little. I'm trying not to have any of the red, yellow, or blue dyes. I try not to have the titanium dioxide as well. That's the white color. Like if you have if you get a cake, for example, and you see like the white frosting, a lot of the times that's what it is. Okay. So I try not to, but that's the thing. It's like, it's so difficult. It's everywhere. Now you could get your beans, and hopefully they weren't sprayed with something, but you get your beans, you could get rice, but I mean, you're going to be eating very, very, very bland food after a while, because at the end of the day, everything else is loaded with chemicals. Everything's loaded. And they're purposely doing that, okay? Because they want you, and I say this time and time again, you cannot make money off of healthy people. Now you can have your supplements and all that, but that's not Big Pharma. Okay, your little supplements, your garlic, your little garlic supplements, little round ones, your mushroom geniuses, your evening primrose, your different herbs that you take. Like I take herbs for my cramping when my period's on. I've been doing this for I think about 2 years now. I thought it was like a year and a half, but no, I think it's about 2 years, almost 2 years now. I take herbs, and you gotta take it consistently. And when I take my herbs, like in terms of cramping, like I'm actually in pain cramping. I haven't had that. I only have it if I don't take my herbs how I'm supposed to take them. Okay, and that is very rare. I think since I started, and then I think it's only really been twice, and sometimes a little some here and there, but most times it's done. I have no cramping. Now the fatigue, yes. Like the hot flash, not really. Just keep my little fan on at night, but I do that any night anyways. But that's the thing though. We are just being poisoned with a lot of food. We're being poisoned with a lot of chemicals. They're putting it in the water. They're putting it in, all these juices. Oh, yeah, let's give the kids Pop-Tarts. Have you looked at the ingredients on the damn Pop-Tarts? Let's go ahead and look at those. Oh, I used to love eating them. Those were those French toast sticks, those rectangular ones, and then you go put in your little syrup. And how much is in your syrup? It ain't just sugar. Look at the ingredient list on those French toast sticks. But I was like, ooh, I could go and get a big one. I could just go ahead and put it in my freezer. Ooh, yes, I miss French toast sticks. Ingredient list was like this long. I said, oh, never mind. I said, well, what else is there? Those toaster strudels, same thing. Heck, even looking at tuna. The tuna I got cost $2 because the tuna that was 74 cents. I went and looked at the ingredients and I said, well, what's that? Well, what's that? Huh? I said, oh. I said, well, let me look at this $2 tuna. I said, oh. I'm like, okay, so this one is pretty straightforward. Tuna, whatever different kind of tuna is, because they have like an olive oil one. I said, with olive oil, have water, but this one got like 3 other ingredients I ain't never heard of. You know what I mean? But they do this constantly, and I mean, you're seeing it more so overseas as well, too, because there's a lot of stuff in America that you can't get over there. You can't. That red dye, now Canada, they're like, okay. But in a lot of these other countries, they don't. They're like, we don't use that. What do we need that? We could just use beets for the color. Why would we? If we need red, we could just, you could use blueberries, we could use raspberries, we could use beets. Why are we using this weird chemical? Not saying that there aren't chemicals in these other places, but the way that they're doing it here, they do it to get you sick, keep you sick, and make you reliant on the system. So okay. Then you also look at different realms, even without food or drinks, even with like your personal care items, your shampoos, your soap. Heck, look at your soaps. Now, I only use my, like for my bar soap, I only use my bar soap, okay, that I sell. That's the only stuff I use, okay? There is like a liquid soap, and then I got a hand soap or whatever. But that's what I use in terms of that. You have some people, they got the Summer's Eve, they got Dial, they got Dove, Suave. And then some of these other ones as well. Okay. I mean, it's ridiculous. I would like to find a nice natural, soap. That would be nice, but for now, this is what I can do. But that's the thing, they put it in everything. Your clothes, even. Look at the material that it is. And I know if you already bought it, you bought it. Okay. So, but that's why they say like, oh, get wool, get cotton, if you get like hemp or whatever the case may be. They said because a lot of these other synthetic ones, not as good as you think they are. Okay. And you have to see like what is best for you. You know, I'm a essential oil girl, okay? So I love my essential oils. I'll put some here, like if I'm feeling like to kind of open up my nose a little bit, I'll put a little bit right here. And then like I have two oils that I sell. I have a sleep and I have a pain one. The pain one, I'll put it on my lower back, rub it in with my hand, and that helps. And I also put it here like during the day or whatever. And then at nighttime I'll put the sleep here as well. But the essential oils, and this ain't no medical advice, just is what it is, okay? But they're really soothing for me. I also have a diffuser, like where you add the water and then you put like the little drops in there. I mix certain ones. One I really like is, it's peppermint. It's peppermint and lemon. And then sometimes I'll do peppermint and orange. I think the peppermint and orange one is the better one, like in terms of like scent. I mean, they both smell good, but I got to compliment on my little mixture for that one. But yeah, so I mean, like you can even do the little diffusers in your home and whatnot outside of, even though I do sell candles, outside of candles, if that's not what you want. If you want more of a natural bar soap, and I understand it's more expensive, but for me personally, like we used to use that dial. Is that the one that is orange? Think it is. We used to use that one. I know for a fact we used dial, and I don't know what happened, but it was like we were using it, because it was cheap. And we had a large family, okay, but we were using it, yada yada yada, whatever. And then out of nowhere, and my skin is very sensitive, if you cannot tell, okay, I break out like anything like this right here. I've been like this my whole life. Okay. I finally am getting my face clearer. It is, some little marks here and there, but overall my face is getting clearer. I notice it is shining in this camera. But yeah, okay, I break out. Okay, I'm just one of those people that get like crazy allergic reaction. I tried the chlorophyll. You can't see it that well, but I tried the chlorophyll, and I don't know what this is, y'all. I guess I gave myself a bruise on my hand. I wasn't doing really anything with my hands today, so I don't know. But I had like with chlorophyll, no bueno. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can't really even see it. But all of this, let me see. No, you can't really see it in the camera. Let me see. No, you can't really see it. Yeah, I don't think you could see it, but there were like bumps. I had a crazy allergic reaction because people were like, "Oh, it's like internal." But y'all also got to make sure y'all look, okay? Apparently, I'm allergic to it. It was good for a week, and then week two, no, it was good for a week and a half, and then I broke out in hives. Yo, like it was crazy. I broke out in hives. I was itching, so that's why sometimes if you see me in the video going like this, it has not gone away. Okay, it's been like this for about a month now. So if you see me like rubbing or kind of scratching, I have taken my little allergy stuff, but you know it just was not working for me. But anyways, that's the thing. It's like certain things, if you need to try to like change up, I recommend changing them up. If your water, so that's what it was that I was talking about. So like bar soap, for example, I used to use the dial. Everything was fine. One day, took a shower, boom, 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 get out the shower. And this is when I was younger. I was like 14. Get out the shower, and then I had white pimples that immediately started. And I was like, That's weird, but I had severe acne when I was younger too, so I was like, okay, whatever. Next day, same thing. I was like, and I'm popping them, like, whatever. Next day, same thing. I said, okay, maybe I'm allergic. I was like, I'll just wait until Saturday, then I get me some more soap. So I got me a different kind of soap, and it was kind of better. Then I started using the Dove. And I like the male one. I like that one. But then those were really expensive. I was like, ugh. But then I was looking, I was like, okay, yeah, the ingredients ain't, you know, all that to me. And then that's when I found out about natural soaps. You don't know what you don't know. Then that's when I found out about natural soaps, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go this route because I'd much rather go ahead and see what's going on here. And that's what really got me into like trying to be more natural, trying to be, as much as I can. Because at the end of the day, they are trying their hardest to make you sick, make you dependent on a system. They don't care if you're sick, as long as you're buying our stuff. But at the end of the day, that is where this is really going. So, like this guy was saying, do some research. I'm gonna say it in a nicer way. Do some research, figure out what works out for you. If there are certain things that you can, swap out, do the swapperoo, whether it's some natural soaps or whatever the case may be, definitely give that a try. Because at the end of the day, even if obviously you can't switch everything, but even if you could switch just one little thing, that would be a huge benefit towards you. And like when I swapped and I got my natural soaps, I had no issue. I'm sorry, I'm itching again, y'all. See, I told y'all. But like when I switched and I got my natural soaps, like in terms of like breaking out with the pimples on the chest, I just didn't have that with that soap. And then maybe like, well, what's going on? Well, here I break out. Like I have something here, I got something here. I'm sure y'all can see it. It's not a cold sore, y'all. It's like it got worst possible spot. Got one in my eyebrow. But it also happens sometimes if I have too much sugar. And I think that's what it was. This wasn't that, but I had one here and I have one in my eyebrow. And I noticed that if I have a little bit too much sugar and I don't, wash it down with enough water, that it does spark up my not my allergies, but my breakouts even more. But enough about me. Who cares? Let me know what you all think about this down below.